Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast, the show that covers only the Philadelphia Eagles. Think different. Think Squawking Eagles Podcast.
Wow. Eagles undefeated, Phillies in the World Series, and B playing like an absolute MVP. Don't do it. Don't do it. Are you me? Yeah, I'm me from the future. The 2024 to be exact. I can't believe I made it. Oh my God. Wait, how many World Series have we won? No. Actually, how many Super Bowls have we won? And did Hurts and Embiid win MVP this season? Come on, you got to give me something. Stop. Just stop. That light in your eye, that little twinkle of blind positivity. It'll be snuffed out soon, but it doesn't have to. Sweet, sweet boy. We definitely won one, right? Right? I have to go. I want you to focus on you. Don't let these run who you are. Get a hobby outside of Philly sports, okay? Gardening, bird watching. That's a popular thing in 2024. I have to go. Okay. Goodbye, David.
Hello and welcome to the Squawking Eagles Podcast. I am Mike and I am joined by my co-host, Miguel. How's it going, buddy?
Yo, how it do? So, Mike, in the words of Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about?
Well, we have to talk about the Browns. We can talk about the Browns.
The Browns.
Philly sports, I would say, is going through it right now.
What?
Yeah, going through it. Going through it.
We've been going through it, man. It's fucking
I'm
like
still in it.
Crisis. Like, what the fuck?
The Phillies completed the Philly choke trifecta by losing the World Series, the NLCS, and yesterday the NLDS. So, yeah, it's been a tough couple of years for Philly sports.
Yeah, let's not go down the list. It's gonna make me cry.
Yeah. You just sent me that video of the Fit Dad CEO. Yeah, I'm gonna play that before this all starts, and then we'll lead into that. But
right,
yeah. So the Eagles are coming off a bye week. They, I guess, apparently Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts had a great bye week. They, I guess, they worked on their confidence with each other.
How do you know that? Were you there, Mike? Did you?
I was not personally there. I'm just reading the things that he said during the media.
So you're saying that they had to tell us they had a good week?
Yes. He said he reiterated his relationship with Coach Sirianni, and that overall he had great moments with him. I don't know. There's a problem right there if your quarterback has to say that he had a good bye week with his coach. That's a problem. That's a real problem.
I've been single for a while, but I don't think like people that are married never go around saying, "Hey, we had a great week this week." You know what I mean? Like, you just don't say that shit. You just.
Maybe once in a while, maybe, but
maybe to each other, but not to somebody outside.
To each other, yes, to each
yeah.
other, yes. I'm not going around telling my friends that we had a really good week. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
So why would they feel like this? I guess because everybody's questioning their whole: do they get along? Do they not get along?
100%. Yeah, and until I see a difference in the play, I'm going to say they don't get along. They're not getting along.
Yeah, I say so as well.
So, the Jets, they fired their head coach.
I was just going to say that. I was like, Nick Sirianni, the next Salah.
There's only two coaches left from that hiring pool. It's Sirianni and Campbell is not going anywhere.
Oh, not for at least for another 4 years.
Yeah, so Sirianni, do the Eagles pull the trigger here and get rid of Nick? I don't know. It'd be really hard. It would be really hard to do that, I think, at this point.
All right. Put your GM cap on. Ready?
Yeah.
You fire Sirianni. Who are you making a head coach? Because clearly, the Jets organization decided we have an offensive superstar at quarterback, but we're going to put a defensive guy in charge of.
Yeah, Hackett is Aaron Rodgers' guy. Aaron
Right.
Hackett is, and he didn't make him the head coach. It's very strange what's going on with the Giants. The Jets have a real possibility. They could do a really funny thing right now and hire Bill Belichick. They could really
In
do
the middle
that.
of a season? No.
Well, they could. They could fire him. At
don't think-
least hire him at the offseason.
I don't think that Aaron Rodgers would be happy
No.
with that hire, because Aaron wants to do what Aaron wants to do. He wants to call the offensive plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so, but let's not make this Jets talk, because the Jets are jetting.
Yeah, I know. But also the fact that the defensive interim head coach gave the play calling to I think it was like the offensive assistant or something. Like Hackett isn't even going to call the plays anymore. Like the offensive coordinator isn't even going to call plays. What a dumpster fire there is up there.
Everybody.
Anyway,
Take that, Beckerman.
right?
Fucking guy. Don't fucking text me no Mets happy. I had to hear enough of Mets fans this week. I'm sorry.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
I
I can't take it. I can't take this. I've been struggling with trying to reason myself, like, why do the Phillies? Why the Phillies show? There's really there's just
I have no explanation.
I know. I'm kind of like, I'm moving on from it.
It's pitching.
I'm Homer Simpson into the bushes, and I am coming out with my Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers stuff right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you, my guy. But you fire Nick Sirianni right now.
Yeah.
Who are you putting? Who are you making head coach
For
the rest of the season?
Yeah, that's a tough question. It's a really tough question.
Yeah, because clearly, the offensive coordinator,
Kellen
Moore's offense isn't really doing it, and supposedly he's making all the play calling right now, currently.
Supposed to be, yeah.
I mean, what does that change within the system? You're still having the same play caller,
Yeah, I can only imagine that Nick Sirianni wouldn't be involved with any input of what kind of plays are going to be called, and that would be kind of like unleash Kellen Moore's offense. That's my only hope. What's looking bad is that all of the acquisitions that Howie Roseman has found on the offseason are starting to look not so great.
I told you about Devin White.
Devin White released.
I told you I smelled something in the water with that, yo. There was some, I don't know what it was. I'm gonna talk to my sources on the inside the Eagles organization and try to figure out what exactly happened there. But I knew something fishy. Like, there was no way you go 4 weeks without that star player. Like, you brought him in for a reason.
Yeah.
And granted, Braun and Nakobe Dean have been playing decently. I won't give them too much credit. They've been playing decently, but there's no way you keep a guy like that on the sideline, or not even on the sideline. You kept him at home.
Yeah.
So clearly there's something wrong with this guy.
He's texting about his buddy, tweeting about tweeting, Xing. You call it Xing now?
Xing?
Xing? You still call it tweeting if it's not called Twitter?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I have to put that question out into the ether.
What do you call it now?
Yeah.
He's tweeting whatever during the game for players on an old team playing against his new team. Like that probably left everybody with a bad taste in their mouth, and that's why they gotta send him away. So that that didn't really pan out. We all know what Bryce Huff's doing. We all know what he's doing.
You're not getting
CJGJ is kind of looking pedestrian out there.
Yep.
So these. Oh, what else? Oh, a couple offensive tackles. Hennessy. I don't think he's even played a down. He isn't even I haven't even seen him on there.
No, I haven't either.
a lot of his acquisitions in the offseason have not really panned out, except for Bond, and apparently that was Vic Fangio's choice. So, yeah, if the Eagles have to pull it together now, going into Cleveland, having Cleveland come into the stadium this weekend, it's a 1-4 Browns team.
Right.
They are, I guess you could say, a team in descend, like they're descending into the pits of.
Well, to be clear, like did they ever ascend?
I think they ascended halfway. They halfway ascended
To where?
Well, when they made the playoffs with Baker Mayfield, and they had higher hopes when they got Watson, and like, this is this is it, and they won some games, and then he was suspended. It's turning out this whole Deshaun Watson contract is probably go down as the worst contract ever in professional sports. Would you say?
Yeah, I would, especially now that I think he just settled another sexual assault allegation.
27 lawsuits, and only 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they should give him. They should just allow him to, have his own masseuse, because clearly he plays better when he gets a hand job.
That's a great point.
It sounds like he needs to move to Thailand in the offseason. That's what it sounds like.
Take it from experience, I'm saying.
Take it from experience.
Yes. Yeah, so like this is not it's not a must-win game, but you gotta win this game. The Eagles cannot they keep this like a 12-15 game. This cannot be a close game.
It's not even that they have to win the game. Yes, they definitely have to win this game. But they also have to come out and play almost perfect game. No
flawless.
Turnovers.
Has to be flawless.
You got to come out with a running game. We got to come out fast. We got to score on our first drive. We got to all around. We got to look solid. We can't be out here and hoping that we pull a win in the last 2 minutes of a game.
Yeah, it can't be like a drawn out thing. I want to see starters come out of the game. In this game, I want to see starters to come out of the game because it's such a big league for the Eagles.
Right.
I don't want this going down to the fourth quarter and like the Eagles have to march down the field to kick a field goal to win the game. Like that will just prove to me that the Eagles are not a team of quality playoff team, and that they're not the best team in the NFC at all.
Right. Which they need to start proving. We got the weakest part of our schedule coming up. Probably one of the weakest schedules in the league. So we got to start it off on the right foot. And if, God forbid, if we lose, I definitely think Jeffrey Lurie pulls a trigger on something happening. Somebody's got to pay. Especially
with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith back in the lineup and Lane Johnson back. Those three guys.
Is he coming back, Lane? Lane's coming back. Yeah. I thought they said he was going to sit out again.
I heard Lane is coming back. AJ's going to be questionable, but Devontae, they all practice with full practice. They believe they're all going to be back in the lineup. As of now, I believe they are.
Okay.
There's 2 weeks. I don't see them having an issue coming back from the protocol of whatever the concussion protocol is.
I mean, 2 weeks should be enough time.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So there's no excuses really. If all those guys are back in, there's zero excuses. There's no excuse of coming off the bye. There's nothing. I don't want to hear it.
Especially when you're coming out and telling the media, "Oh yeah, we had a great
bye week."
A great bye week. Like I expect y'all to come out being able to tackle, being able to run the ball, being able to make plays on third downs. That's what I want to see. Get in the red zone. And
tackle, run, and score in the red zone. Those are your top three must-see Eagles accomplish.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. I want them to remember that they do have Saquon Barkley, and he can run the ball. legitimately run the ball.
I mean, but he can't get the ball to himself, so
Right. So Jalen's got to just say, hey, let me just give this ball to Saquon and let him run.
well, the play calling needs to be like we need to start off. We can't go. We can't. I swear to God, if I see the first drive is a 3 and out with 3 passing plays in a row, I might turn off the game. I may turn off the game.
Odds are it could very well be that. The last 3 games, the Eagles are the only team in the NFL who haven't scored in the first quarter. The only team.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. And for a contender, quote unquote, they should be putting up points. With a team that we have, there should be no reason why this team does not put up points.
No, there isn't a reason, and they're just not doing it. Injuries or not injuries, they are just not putting up any points.
Nope.
And it's got to come to an end. They have the Browns this week. They have the Giants next week, and they have the Bengals the week after. These are teams that are giving up tons of points.
Yes, they are.
You have to take advantage of this, and you got to just take advantage. That's basically all it is. You just got to take advantage of these weak teams, and don't make yourself look stupid by toying around with them and letting them hang around the whole game. I wouldn't be able to stand that.
Yeah, definitely. I need to see Huff give me at least 1 sack this week, brother. I'll take 2 tackles. I'll take 2 tackles.
People are telling I have the Beetlejuice reel up there, and it's getting a lot of traction because Bryce Huff really is not doing anything.
Right.
And there's people coming out saying, well, Bryce Huff needs to be in a 4-point stance, and that's when he'll get like. Yeah, but
let's bring this up again because
does it stop him from getting clipped by a running back and then getting knocked over by a running back? I don't think so. That doesn't change anything.
It clearly didn't.
No, I don't want to hear it. If 4-point stance is not, enough of it already. Enough. It's not. That's not the problem, and it's not the scheme. It's not the scheme. Football's football, right? You're supposed to get to the quarterback. No matter what the scheme is, you're still rushing the quarterback. It doesn't change your mentality if that's the scheme. So I just think this guy's a flop. It was just like a one-hit wonder with 11 sacks last year, and they're just gonna have to eat this money for the next 4 years.
Yeah, or hope to trade him. But who's gonna want him?
No. Carolina. That's the only team that theoretically would take a team.
I mean, I don't know. They were smart enough to switch over to Dalton. So, I mean, there's some smarts over there.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk position wise for this game.
Okay.
I don't see. With me, it's always coaching goes to the other team until I see a change in personnel and how they start doing a game.
It's Stefanski better than Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, I still believe it. I believe it until Sirianni starts making the decisions that need to be made to win games. The other coach is far better than he is. But he only has 2 wins. The Eagles have 2 wins. These guys have 1 win. Really, there's not much of a difference here in coaching.
I mean, yeah, if we're taking this season, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll just take it game by game at this point.
Yeah. Okay, I give it to you.
So, and I would say linebackers for the Browns are better than ours because they have Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
So,
agreed.
But I think Eagles are better all the other categories, up and down.
Special teams, they might have a slight.
Yeah.
Because I still
So if the Eagles don't use their special teams, then yes, I guess you could say that the Browns.
Is Cooper DeJean returning punts this week?
Cooper DeJean's going to be playing the nickel this week. He's starting over Avonte Maddox.
Yeah, because we don't want somebody out there asking about playing Fortnite.
Right.
We want somebody that actually wants to fucking play.
Right, Dijon wants to play. He's not playing Fortnite or talking about wanting to play Fortnite with anybody. He's ready to play. He's learned he's learned the scheme, and now we're going to see what he can do. I want to see a big game out of him. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see, a big game. Deshaun Watson is not the same Deshaun Watson he was when he was in Houston.
Dude, I watched him last week playing against the Redskins.
Yeah.
And they were driving, and it's 4th down, and they wanted to go for it. And Deshaun Watson just starts walking off the field.
Yeah, he's out. He's defeated.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Like, the coach is like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not calling a timeout here. Like, we just came from a timeout. Like,
yeah.
And they just took a penalty and ended up kicking a field goal. Like, he is not mentally there. I think hopefully the Eagles pull this one out. And if I think they make a move from Watson during this game, hopefully.
You think they do? Yeah. If it's I would say yes. If it's a complete blowout, and we'll see the backups out there. Deshaun Watson is what? I think his contract was $231 million guaranteed, and it's it's looking bad for the Browns.
Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm watching highlights of the Yankees KC game, and they had a bench clearing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Yankees won.
Did they?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so let's do scores.
All right.
You want to go?
I'm gonna say
28-17
Eagles.
28-17 Eagles.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. I'm gonna say, with AJ back, Devontae's got to be back. I need some fantasy points from AJ, so I need help with that. I'm gonna say like 34 to 16. 34-16. Yeah.
24-16.
34-16. It's going to be a game that will feel comfortable that the fact that they won and ready to take on the Giants the week after. I'm excited for the Giants game. Saquon going back to New York for the first
life. Yeah. Hopefully they give him the ball.
If anything, that's the game to give him the ball. Let him run and just destroy that Giants team. I'm excited to see that game.
Yep.
That'll do. That'll be an Eagles win. They'll be 3-2. I'll feel better about the situation of having a winning record at least. And I don't think losing to the Browns will be probably the worst thing you could possibly happen to the Eagles right now.
If we lose to the Browns, I don't understand as an owner how you don't make a change.
Yeah,
somebody's got to be the fall guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is at this point, whether it be Sirianni or Kellen Moore or.
I do all of them. Like all of them. Is how he get the axe too. These are Howie's guys. That would be interesting to see.
I feel like if this season doesn't end in at least one playoff game, Howie's job is on the line.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild to be thinking about that after just a couple of years of so much praise for Howie Roseman.
Right.
We're talking about maybe we need to move on, but wow. Miguel.
Yep.
Good podcast, buddy.
Good one. Late night week podcast. You know what I mean? Get it knocked out the way. Marky Mark is too busy playing with his video games, probably.
Yeah, no idea what he's doing.
It's all right. We'll hold it down. The original OGs of the show, anyway. You know what I mean? How we do. EAGLES.
Eagles.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Hey, Mike. Throw on some something soulful.
Soul music.
Yeah.